All right. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. And welcome to another edition of the Dating Diaries. I am Christal XO, and I make up one half of the Dating Diaries. The other half, of course, is our good guy, Scorpio Moe.
And I make up the other half, damn it.
You make up the other half. What's up, Scorpio Moe? Like that shirt?
What? It's my man Stevie Wonder.
I know. I was trying to figure out, like, is that Sam Cooke? Cool. I didn't see the glasses.
Hold up. Who did you just say?
I thought it might have been Sam Cooke.
Man, if I could kick you off live, I would.
I thought Sam Cooke or Donny Hathaway. I did not. I thought.
I would have gave you Donny Hathaway.
Yeah, come on.
I would have gave you that, but
yeah. You got a problem with Cooke?
It's my man. No, I definitely would have not gave you Sam Cooke.
Okay, I'm saying don't have a problem.
If you would have said Sam Cooke, we would have had a problem.
No, but it does look like it could be Donny Hathaway too.
It does because of the hat. But happy Wednesday, everyone. How are y'all? How are you, Christal?
I'm good. It's actually, you know what? I have learned to be good in the midst of an issue.
That's how you change. That's how you turn things around. I like that.
That is maturity. That is maturity speaking. Maturity speaking. You guys know. We're not going to talk about the obvious debacle happening tonight because we talked about it Monday. We talked about it yesterday.
I'm not talking about that.
Huh?
I'm not. If you talking about what you think what I think you're talking about, I'm not talking about it.
No, I said we're not talking about it. Just letting the chat know we're taking a break.
That's fair.
We're taking a break.
That's fair. Thank you. That's
taking a break. We're taking a break. But you know what? If anyone needs a feel good moment, I have my new friend Paisley. I have one of the puppies.
Oh Lord! So you named her?
I named the girl.
Okay.
Because I make her. The boy has a home, so I don't want to name him because he already has a home. Paisley had a home, but then her owner decided not to. Look how cute. Isn't that cute? Now, I will tell you guys, she does look a little bit like her daddy. She looks a little bit like her daddy. I'm just saying.
I don't know what that means. But...
Well, it's not as cute as Sugar Pie. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. But I think I may keep Paisley. We'll see. But I'm just hanging with me here today. I had to kick Sugar Pie out because Sugar Pie does not like anyone doing anything with anybody besides her. But if anybody is in Atlanta and is in the market for a little puppy, but I think I may want to keep her though. She's just so cute. So cute. Hey Mo, you may need a.
No, I'm straight.
You don't want Paisley?
I'm straight.
She said, forget you anyway. So forget him. Forget him. Hater. Just a hater. All right. How have you never seen Sunny Rain says she's never seen Sugar Pie? Girl, Sugar Pie is too cute. Sugar Pie is the cutest thing ever. All right. Today we got a lot to talk about because before we get into the game, and I did bring the game. The title of the game is called Last Couple Standing. Now, this game, I want you guys at the end of the night. What's up, C Boogie? At the end of the night, I need everybody to let me know if they agree. Mo said because I played this game, I don't deserve to be a first lady. I'm disqualified from being a first lady. And I took offense to that.
Well, I didn't need the game to let me know that's just what's right. And it depends on first lady of what. Let me be real clear. First lady of what?
Of a congregation. Of
an actual church?
Not like the bishop that you dated. No. Yes. One from an actual church. Not one like the lady that you went out on a date with. No. No, this was not from the Ready to Love character. But this game is interesting. We'll get into that in a minute. Someone said, how did Moe play if he ain't? Moe had a +1 for the game.
I did.
He had a +1.
Shout out to her, but I did.
Yes, he did. But before that, we got to get into somebody's son. Somebody's son. Tonight we met James and his mother. They were the second mother and son couple. Well, not today, but last Saturday.
This was a good one.
You like this one?
This was a good.
Now, why did you like this one better than the first one?
Well,
this mother duo better.
It's a combination of the two, but the reason why I like this one is because he was trying to be his own man and still be respectful to his moms, right? And this was his mother. Let's be clear. And I like this one. I think the choices of women were it was just interesting because he was trying to stand on his own but still be respectful of his mother. I'll just say that. If y'all saw it, y'all understand what I was saying. You seen it, right? You seen it, right, Christal? Is that a yes? Or is Christal frozen? Oh man, please don't tell me you're frozen. I think you're frozen, Christal.
I'm not frozen. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yeah, it just looked like you were nodding your head 2 times, and I ain't hearing any vocals. But okay, now I hear you. Yes.
Yeah, I had myself on mute because I was trying to pull something. I was trying to pull this clip, but so you said that you seemed like he was trying to be respectful. I know what you're talking about.
But
he was obviously
do what he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? It's your mom's. And then you still want to have your voice. So it was kind of, you know what I mean? But I like
that. I did. This is the mother and son that I actually interviewed.
Okay.
This is the mother and son that I interviewed. And I will say I asked him because I was like, my son would never let me pick ever. He just would not trust me enough. And I don't know what that says about our relationship. But he said that he trusts his mom. He said that he would be fine with his mom picking a woman for him now because he is seriously looking for a relationship. That's what I want to ask you. Do you buy that?
No, that's what he said. His actions show different. You can see that. Even he rolled his eyes when his mom said certain things like, I did because this was more real. He just didn't go with what his mom said. Let's be clear.
Right. He didn't, and I think it gets even more. I have a feeling that the lady that he obviously is very attracted to, I have a feeling that he's not going to be okay letting her go. Period. I did not have a frozen. I put myself on mute because I was trying to pull this clip. Let's talk about the
woman the woman that you're referring to is Alyssa, 25 years old.
Alicia, yes. I think it was very clear who he was most attracted to in the group. And I want to ask the chat something, specifically the ladies in the chat. So Brie comes in, she's a ball of energy, right? Bravon. And then how do you pronounce her? Sabrion comes in, and she's a little bit more low key, right?
Right.
And then Alicia comes in the all white, and his eyes popped out of his head, and then he says, "She's cold." You know, that's the part he was super excited, and then last but not least, Chisholm comes, and she's a little bit more understated, probably the least, probably the most understated of all 4 ladies. And he just said, she's tall. He was concerned about looking her eye to eye. That the first thing out of his mouth. So my question to the ladies in the chat first, before you answer this, would you be comfortable? Because Bree was like, I saw that he and Alicia, you could tell that he was very attracted to her. But she said that was okay. She was like, he's still gonna be my man. I just speaking on my behalf, I was someplace and there's 4 women, and I see the guy's pupils dilate the way his did. I would probably want to check out. I mean, you can't check out, but I think men are very much ruled by what they see initially. And even if that's not the best thing for him, as far as this show goes, he's going to be locked in. He's going to be locked in to what his eyes like, because he did not have that reaction to any of the other 4 women. Now, you in the chat, let me know what you think. Would you still be open to staying locked in if the guy that you were paired up with had that much of a physical reaction to another woman? Because I just don't know where we go from there. I don't even think he really showed, he didn't mention anyone else being attractive. I think he and Bree talked about playing golf together, and he was like, he even said, I'm just doing like this, because she was like, and I want us to wear matching outfits. And he was like, but I don't think he wanted to wear matching outfits. And then when Sabrian, he was like, he was polite, but he definitely was not overwhelmed. Alicia, totally different energy. And I would have been like, yep, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night. I'm gonna back out. And then poor Chisholm, she came in and she was bringing the drinks. I just, she was very, very conservative and did not give a lot of energy, but I think that's her personality, and there's no way she just didn't even fit in the group, in my opinion. But what do you think? So D Brown says, nope, I'm out. I think if he's that attracted to another woman in my face, count me out. Druzy says neither of these guys seem to be serious about this process. Selena says probably not, exit stage left. Sunny Ray says, nope, you better be looking at me like that. Now, Hey You There says there's always going to be a more attractive woman. And I agree. We all know that, right? My thing is, not going to have a more attractive woman in a crowd of 4 that he has to pick. This is in essence a game, right? He has to pick who's best fit. So that's what I'm talking about. Yes, of course, in the world, there's always going to be more attractive people. But if you are in a crowd of 4 and he has that reaction to one woman out of the 4, I don't think there's really a big chance. I don't think Bree has Gabrielle have much of a chance. Mo?
Okay, I will say this. The young man, the man James is 32 years old, right?
Yes.
What I know is that a lot of times women get stuck on attraction more than we do. Like we see it. We see it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, and I ain't gonna say it's way, because there's no all these women are attractive. All 4 of them. All 4 of them are attractive. I'm gonna give you that. Like, I wouldn't say that with the first episode, but all 4 of them attractive on this one for sure.
So you say that James got a better group than,
hands down. Like, none of them were bad. None of them were attractive wise was even iffy. They were all attractive. Okay. Somebody didn't. So what I would say is he's going past that, but what I'm starting to see is women are not. And that's where
What do you mean he's going past that? Tell me what that is.
Like, he sees that, but okay, all 4 women are attractive, and she might even be more attractive than, or caught my eye more than the rest. But now I want to see what else is there. To be honest with you, what's up, Brevon? What's up? The
Brevon,
first one.
Yeah, Bree.
She had more in common than all of them.
She did.
So what I would say is, don't bow out or think that you're X'd out because of that. Like, she had more in common. So we'll look at that and be like, she's more attractive there, but who am I more compatible with? Like, please don't limit us. I know we're physical things and we like what we see, but please don't limit it to that. And I think that's what you think that we do, and we honestly don't. At this point, I think all was fair game. He did have his eyes, what do you say, pupils dilated?
I will say this, and we can agree to disagree. I just have never seen that be the case when it comes to men. I've never seen.
Depending on how seasoned the man is.
He's 32.
He's 32. I ain't gonna hold you. That might be iffy, but he's a smart guy
He is. He grew up in a. Let's say this. I interviewed him and his mom. He grew up in a home with both of his parents, and he has a sister. They're all very close. So he came from a close-knit family where his mom and his dad are together. And I think that would give him a different perspective. He's looking for. I believe that he is actually looking forward to marriage after interviewing him. I don't believe that about the first guy. Is it Josh? I don't believe that about him. But I just don't. I
believe something totally different about him. But as far as is concerned, I think you're shortchanging him, thinking that it's just about the looks. Like his mother, I think you're shortchanging him. To me personally, I think that's
we'll see. We'll see. But you see, his mother even agreed because she was like, "Oh, I see what he likes."
Yeah, but that's like, but you haven't gotten your son's brain enough to be like, well, and depending on how many women he's dated, like that's where the seasoning part comes in. You know what I mean? That's what the seasoning.
I think he was privileged. I like the fact that they have him on here because we get a chance to see the upper middle class African American experience. Very different. He grew up golfing. His family is extremely affluent, so he has a different perspective than some other people. And I think it's important to show all the different dynamics and dimensions now of African American culture. African American culture is not only struggle from a single parent family. There are a lot of families that are a part of that, tradition at this point. In 2025, there's a lot of, I guess I don't think he's millennial or that are definitely a part of a different type of background. So I like that. I just think
giving him credit, like give him credit for looking a little bit deeper than looks. Like I get it, and as men, all okay, I get it, but then it's like it's layers, and don't stop at the first layer because we don't. Unless you're in your, like I said, I don't know this brother's background or how many women he's dated and his experiences, but a seasoned man is going to be like, you know what? She's ahead as far as looks is concerned. Let's peel back. What else is there?
Also, so he is a millennial. Thank you. Hey there. He's a millennial. I will tell you my second reason. I think that Alicia has the look that he wants. And I also want to say, when she mentioned that she was into nightlife, that she's a hostess for a number of different clubs, I think she's going to be more flirtatious, have more of the sexy energy than the other girls as well. I think from this first episode, I think Bree would be a better match because, like you said, they do have a lot in common. But Bree also talks a lot, and I think they would be a better match. I don't think she has that type of sex appeal because she just seems kind of like more like the equivalent of him. I'm not going to rule out Sabrian because she's also I think she's very pretty, but she's just, to me, that looks more like a wife than Alicia. And I'm saying that purely based on the fact that she works in nightlife. And to say that you're a hostess for a number of different nightclubs, as a mom, I would not be looking towards that as something for my son. Also, you guys, if you noticed, her social media pictures were very different. So her social media pictures were very provocative. The other girls were not. So when they showed the different pictures, I was like, yeah, that feels like it's at a club. That feels like she's in the VIP section hanging out with guys with money and things like that. Sabrion was the one with the belly ring. I liked her and Bree, honestly.
You're 1,000% right. And as a guy that hired women to work, the first thing I did in the interview when I interviewed women was I was like, bring up your social media, and I want to see, because if once you post, because that's part of your job is to post, I want to see what type of energy you're bringing to the club. So that's work. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying as far as a job goes, that's right. But as far as being, what's it, Bree Vaughn?
Bree, yeah, just call her Bree.
Oh, my bad. As far as Bree, I think that's a better fit. Now, as far as he's been isolated, like maybe he's seen that from afar, but he's never really experienced it. That's where the trap comes in.
There you go. There you go.
Because you can reel those brothers, because it's really all about the experience. Like, I remember the first story time.
Here we go. Here we go. We need some music for story time.
You know what? You mind your business. Let me tell my story.
You remember? Hold on. You remember on Martin when Martin was recording that show and Cole was like, story time with Moe.
No, but my first time going to, and I'm gonna be real clear. If you lived in Atlanta long enough, they weren't called strip clubs. Believe it or not.
Right.
They were booty clubs, the booty club. So my first time experiencing the booty club
Jesus.
was, you would see this gorgeous woman and you would say to yourself, and sometimes to her, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. And you will.
Jesus help us. Hey, Haitian Empress, Marriott, and Delphin all just came in the room. Hello, XO family.
Hello, and you will feel
this is a story. This is Stories with Moe. This is Tales. She said Tales from the Crippled. I don't know what it is, but it's. Hold on, let's do. I feel like I should adopt some music.
You can do what you got to do. Do what you got to. Come on. Stories with Moe. Story time, Moe. I'm just saying, the first time I experienced that and I saw these beautiful women, I feel like you didn't have to do that. I would help you.
You wanted to save them.
Huh?
You wanted to save her.
Basically. Or you would just have to, like, you're so, even if it wasn't me, I don't feel like you have to do this. But that was the misconception of, I'm doing this for college tuition.
Right. That's what the lie was back when Players Club came out.
Even before, but yes, yeah. But you would think that, but in all actuality, you're like, this woman is seasoned. That's part of her job, to look a certain way to draw you in. And that's what it did. But you quickly, and I mean quickly, learn that it's not like that. So if he experienced that before, even if she's not in the club and she's out here in the world, that you feel like you could save her, or she doesn't have to worry about anything. I got you. You just need to be taken. I want to make her my wife. You want to take care of her and make her.
Yeah, but I know.
Several times a night, every night.
And you know what's so funny? So when I met Moe, obviously, we met through work, and there was a group of guys. I had a lot of male clients, and every single one of my male clients would say, when I go to the strip club, I don't even have to pay. They just talk to me. And I'm like, I'm hearing this story from numerous people. They're like, well, they don't even, it's not even about paying for games. She just wanted somebody to talk to. She just liked my conversation. And I was like, they realized with him there may be more than just a couple of tips. I could maybe get him to come back, because they're doing the same thing with all these guys. And I'm always the friend, that's the female friend that's going to point it out. You know, she's just playing with her ego, right? You know, she does the same thing for Mo. You know, she does the same thing for Charlie. Like, I love, that's part of my job as a friend, is to reduce them down, take them down a notch and let them know.
But your first time at the rodeo, you don't know this. So you have to
be like Christal that tells you, child, she tells that to everybody. She's telling everybody that sob story.
I'm glad I learned this before Christal, because Christal would have rubbed it in my face like a puppy did an accident on the carpet. Christal would have. I'm glad I learned this before her.
I just feel like men need to stop it. Just stop. Stop thinking that this girl who works as a exotic dancer for a living has just been waiting for you to come through the doors so that your personality is worth so much more than all these other men's money. Like, get off of it. Stop it. It is a skill, Marriott. It is a skill, and it's basically just rubbing their ego, and they believe it. I feel like God gave men physical strength, because men are physically stronger than women, right? For the most part. Even skinny guys are strong.
I don't know. That sounds like
I was a present company included. So I owed you for some stuff you did to me last week. But men are physically stronger, but women are mentally stronger. A woman can make a man believe that she is taking her clothes off every night, but when he comes in the door, there is something so special about an aura, if you will, that emanates from him that makes her so interested in him that even if he didn't put out any money, she would still be like, that is a power. That is a power.
This is true. Like, your first time at the rodeo, you don't know this. And her job is to cater specifically to you for the $5 or $10, depending on what venue you're at, and then make you feel that way for that one dance, which is about 3 minutes.
Jeez, and I remember, there are some clubs where the song keeps going on and on. They play a remix version. But yeah, the point is, women have the ability to make men believe anything that they want. Like you say, Druzy, it is the curse. God told Adam not to eat the apple.
No, he told Eve. Hold up.
No, he told both of them, don't do that.
Yeah, but she was the one that didn't listen.
He didn't listen either. He was made first.
He was caught up with her.
He was made first. God told both of them, and then he punked out. And when God came and was like, "Why did you do that?" He said, "The woman that you gave me the apple. Stand up and take your punishment."
That lady didn't listen, and then he fell for it.
No, the serpent tricked her, and she tricked him, and he snitched. He was a snitch. What we have come to realize tonight, Adam was a bitch ass. Okay, I don't know how we got there, but let's get back to somebody's son. Now, for those of you, and if you're just tuning in, this is Paisley. Paisley is hanging out with me. There we go, Paisley. Okay, all right. This is Sugar Pie's puppy, Paisley. She's hanging out with me tonight. So let's watch a clip from somebody's son. And you guys, if you didn't see the show, you're going to immediately know who is the girl he is attracted to. You're going to immediately see the energy in the room with this clip.
This experience, it's very hard to have undivided attention and genuinely get to know someone without outside influences and distractions and friends and family and work, and to just have like this opportunity to genuinely get to know someone without all of those distractions. Like, I'm super excited to see what comes of it.
I am feeling like a tiny little spark, even though it's still early days and kind of brand new. I'm just really looking forward to having more chats with him and seeing how we connect on a deeper level, because I feel like it's already there.
Alyssa is the devil.
What?
Alyssa
Now, are you blaming Alyssa for the fact that James may pick her? Probably will certainly do it.
He's 32. He don't know no better. Damn it, Alyssa is the devil.
You see how y'all see how quickly his whole. No, I'm saying don't say that about that brother. He may see past it. Then we watch this clip.
He past it, but being the season man, damn it, I know better.
He's going down. He's going down.
Leave that lady alone.
CW said she's biracial. Indeed, she is. And I'm gonna link up unless I need to.
She's biracial. Yeah.
You gotta do this. Biracial.
Wait,
Yes. He's going to pick. I can foretell the entire season.
But he's that's why it takes not a woman, it takes a man to pull him to the side, because he's gonna think a woman's hating, and I get that. It takes a man. He might think even a man's hating because he is only 32. But
I will say there are men that shall remain nameless that are in their 50s, near 60, that are making bad decisions with a lot more seasoning.
This is a fact. This is a fact. I can't even front.
So not Haitian N for saying she had called dibs on the illegitimate puppy. You weren't serious, okay? Paisley is here and she is looking for a family, okay? Paisley is looking for a family. She does look, I do agree with D Brown. I think she looks and carries herself older than 25. I think that the other girls looked young, like fresh. She looks seasoned. She looks like a woman of.
She does. Yeah, you might be right.
You know what she looks like. No, she's a pretty girl, but she definitely looks like she's their section. She's getting the money in the club. You're hiring her.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep. You're right.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. She said that woman is a smooth 36. That is hilarious. She definitely does not look 25.
Yeah.
She does not look 25. But I was watching something else and I was like, that girl does not look young. But beauty is always skin deep, but men sometimes are swayed by it's not just the beauty, sex appeal too. It's the sex appeal. It's a different type of she has a different vibe than the other ladies. But we're gonna see.
But for the people, can you explain the difference between beauty and sex appeal? Can
you explain? Because you're the man, you tell me what's the difference.
Sure can.
Go on, step up.
I think it's the actions, it's the words, the vocabulary. It's more than just being sexy. You could, how do I say this? You could be not as attractive as the next woman, but you could be sexier then. And it's really about aura. Aura is not about beauty. It can enhance a little bit, but it's more than just beauty. It's how you carry yourself, your demeanor, the words you say, all these things. So I just want to be clear.
I also see it like with the flirtatiousness, like
absolutely,
like being more sure of herself. Like I feel like when Bree came in, the nightclub hostess was the young lady in the white. Yeah. And when Bree came in, I think she's adorable. She had on a little dress. It just wasn't the same type of womanly energy. You could tell she was kind of nervous. Alyssa wasn't nervous at all. Alyssa said, "This is what I come to do." Confidence, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, there says she talks game to men for a living. She's gonna win every time.
If you're a bottle girl and you want to get your money, you have to. That's a great.
No, but I'm saying that's gonna give her an edge in this situation.
If you don't know no better,
that's why the mother doesn't like it.
You're right. You're right.
That's why the mother doesn't like it.
You're
All
right.
right, we forgot. This is dating disaster. We still forgot to start off with a dating dilemma or a disaster. So I have a dilemma, a disaster that it wasn't even a dating disaster. It was just a horrible disaster that I promised you guys a little while ago. And since I have Sugar Pie's puppy here, it reminded me of the dating disaster. Well, again, the disaster. So here is the disaster. You know how in high school there are certain guys that have crushes on you, right?
Right.
So in high school there was a gentleman that had a crush on me, and I really did not see him as a potential dater, right? This is a horrible story. To always be kind and show mercy and humility all situations. So he was, when a little bit what somebody would call thirsty, a bit thirsty. And I just wanted, huh?
He was?
Yes, I was not.
Okay.
I would, at least not for him. I probably was thirsty for somebody else, but I didn't really like, and I kind of played him off like I would never give him a chance. He was a year older than me, right? I turned him down, but I tell him just didn't even think about it. Like, oh, boy, please. I go to college. I had to just marry an Omega. I don't exactly know why. And I got pregnant. So this is in college, right? I go home. I go home. I have one baby. We have a second baby 3 years later. So this is probably about 5 years after high school, right? Graduate from college. I move back home. I get pregnant with my second child. And I go to the hospital. The water breaks. Not supposed to. The water breaks unexpectedly. And my doctor is not there at the time. My specific OBGYN is not there. So they're like, okay, we're going to send one of the residents in to check you. And your doctor's on the way. So I'm on the bed. My legs are up in the stirrups. I'm in pain. The doctor comes in. The doctor turns around, and lo and behold, it is the guy that I curved. Now, not only does he have his little net on, he rubbed up with gloves. I am in too much pain to object. This man that I turned down, blew off, has to check my cervix. Now,
Continue.
For those of you ladies who know what that is, and for those of you that don't, he had to go elbow deep up something that I had act like he would never see. Well, not only did he see it, but he saw it at 3 centimeters dilated. With my husband there. When I tell you that was one of the most humiliating, I just was like, oh my God. Oh my God, it was horrible. The doctor, he was a resident. He was almost a OBGYN.
Yeah.
He came in and he said, hey, Christal. And I was just like,
how you like me now? Yeah. Yeah.
Horrible, 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 horrible. It was not a dating, but it was a disaster. A disaster. Yes. Oh, Christal, but yes. Yes. Everything that you are thinking and worse. Everything. And it wasn't even, I don't even know if he could deliver or not. It's the fact that he had to go elbow deep in me couldn't even look him in the eye. It was the worst thing I have ever experienced.
Either way, got up in there. Either way.
I don't think he wanted it when he got it. I think he was the winner. I think he was the winner. That was so humiliating. I have one more. This is just to tell the young women, always be gracious, always be kind. Because you never know.
You never know.
Never know when you will have to face somebody that you did wrong. And I don't have a lot of these. I don't have a lot of these stories, but I tell you guys when I was wrong. But he was just particularly nerdy. And I was just like, I wouldn't go out with him. Well, I'm sure. And then when I had my son, that was my second baby. So it was a whole different. When I had my first baby, I had a little bump. It was cute. That was not the case with the second baby. It was not cute. There was nothing cute about it. Boys are different. I had it was nothing there. Second disaster. Same situation, no dating, just disaster. I worked at McDonald's, right? Now.
It's already a good start. Continue.
No, this is bad too. I worked at McDonald's in high school, and obviously I needed to be taken down in high school, and it definitely happened. I needed to be taken down a peg. So there was a manager that, like, would do things for me. He would just clock me in even if I wasn't there. Like, I kind of had the McDonald's on. All guys there kind of liked me, right? Then another girl came to work for the McDonald's, and she was cute, but she was Caucasian. So some of the guys that thought I was the bee's knees started to like, this is in Oklahoma, they all, because she was a cute white girl. So I felt some kind of way, because these were black guys, and I didn't care about the white guys, but the black guys that were like, which Christal you like, which Christal. So one of the guys who was a cook never saw the light of day. I remember his name, but I won't say it. But he was a cook. They kept him in the back. And he said, I would pick the white Christal. And I heard him. So I turned around and said, that's because you couldn't afford the other one. I thought I was in vogue, y'all. I would go to McDonald's with like a French roll. And anyway, I said, that's because you couldn't afford it. It came off the cuff. Everybody laughed. He was embarrassed, right? He was humiliated. Everybody laughed at, and I just kept moving back over to the drive-thru. Like, all right, I go to college. I come back. My uncle, and they find me a car. My car is working. One day, car stops on the side of the road. My mom was with me, and she's like, all right, we got to call AAA. I called AAA, and the pickup truck, the tow truck pulls up, and guess who is the tow truck driver?
Bingo!
I said, Mom, you have to get the tow. He will not tow my car. I said, you have to. She said, what are you talking about, Christal? I said, Mom, please, guy will not, if he sees it's my car, he won't tow it. So I get back in the car, I turn my head to the side, and my mom does the transaction. And then they tow that car, and we drove. But it was, again, I was so frightened that, because after that, I just played him like it, but I realized that I had a bad attitude. And, well, not necessarily a bad attitude,
I'm trying to.
You just always got to. Yeah, you got to consider. And he didn't have to say he would pick the other Christal. I was just coming back with my wit and my truth. However, it was mean, and I shouldn't have said it. And I paid for it on the side of the road. sweating bullets, that he would see me and leave me in that car on the side. Thank God my mother was there, because if my mother had been there waiting with me till the car got towed, he probably would have left me out there by myself on the road. It would have been bad. And I agree. I probably was, somebody said, I mean, what he said could have been seen as hurtful. And it was, but I think I got the best of him. But I think attitude, I learned to check my attitude. I definitely learned to check my attitude. You know, if he preferred, if he had a preference for other, like some people do, that's on him. But it bothered me that they were like comparing us. And really it bothered me that Black men would be comparing me to a white woman. I didn't like that. And it was, you know, anyway, I learned to chill out. But that was nothing compared to the Dr. Elbow Deep.
Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah. So I learned to I'm kind to every guy, no matter what he looks like. I'm kind. I may not like you. I may ghost you, but I'm always kind. Because you never know when that man will be a mechanic, when that man will be a tow truck driver, when that man will be a plumber. All these jobs.
Manual labor men out there. Thank you.
Shouts out to them. The HVAC guy.
And keep this stuff spinning.
Hey, but that doctor, I mean, you know, all those nerdy guys, hey, they end up making, you know, you just never know. So that's my disaster. Before we get into last couple standing, Mo, I think you owe me a couple, because I went in tonight. Well,
only thing I could say was I remember we living in the projects and moving out to the only, I'm about to say the first house, but it was the only house. And we knew the couple next door because they used to live across the street in the projects, in the building across the street from us.
Okay.
And it was 3 girls and a boy, and the younger son. The son was the youngest. Mm-hmm. And I was one of the girls there. She was my age. We were in 7th, 8th grade all together. And this was a time where we had the ice trays. We didn't have ice, and we had ice trays.
I remember those.
And for some reason, somebody didn't fill up the ice tray that day. And my father wanted some ice. I had a father in the home, let's be clear. Mm-hmm. But somebody didn't fill up the ice trays. So this man had the audacity to ask me to go next door and ask him for some ice. Now, I knew this was dangerous territory because when we would go to school, before they would let us all the way in the building, it was like a corridor that we waited in before they let us all the way in. So you get inside, but it was maybe a space about less than 20 feet, but we would wait to get warm before they let us into the rest of the building.
Okay, I remember that.
And we would sit in there, and eventually it would go to cracking jokes. And I remember going next door and asking, did they have any ice? And I saw the look on this woman's face, young lady's face, when I asked her, do y'all have any ice? My father wants some ice cubes. And I just shook my head because I felt it. She had this sinister grin on her face. Like, I'll be right back. She came back with about 6 ice cubes because I gave her the cup. She came back and I saw her shake her head. And I was like, man, this is going to come back and haunt me. And when I tell you the next day.
in the vestibule.
Yes. And she was like, we were cracking jokes. And it was going around the circle in this corridor. Mm-hmm. And like, that's why y'all had to ask me for ice.
Not y'all so broke y'all don't even have ice. That is wild. That is wild. I knew where that was going. Yikes.
I knew this was going to come back. And it came back the next day. And I had my head.
Did people laugh? Did people laugh?
Yeah.
People laugh?
Ice. I don't know if they had ice trays or not. I mean, if they had automatic ice machines or not. But in my house, we didn't.
Yeah.
And my father was like, listen, he wasn't like, go to the store and get a bag of ice. This man told me to go next door and ask these 3 girls who went to high school, this was junior high with me, to ask them for some ice. I'm like, why would you even do, like, what? Do you know what this is going to do to me? And he ain't care. And they came back and haunted me forever. And they brought that up until we got into the 9th grade. From 7th to 9th grade.
Did you have a rebuttal?
Huh?
Did you have a rebuttal?
I had none because they never asked us for shit.
I guess they figured y'all didn't have the ice. There probably was not much else over there.
But this is because I didn't. But I was the type, like, I remember.
We understand the reason, Mo. We understand the reason.
Me throwing out grease, and it wasn't fish grease, and I threw it out. And this is how bad my father was. He told me, get out the house, don't come back until you have more oil, cooking oil.
So how'd you get it?
I stayed out. I went and I collected from our house. This is up north, so you can collect cans and bottles and get money, right? So I collected what was on our porch, and I snuck on other people's porches in the neighborhood till I collected enough money to buy oil. This is how ruthless this man was. And I'm talking about,
why did you throw out the oil?
Maybe from about 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock to collect enough cans and bottles to get money to buy another bottle of Crisco or whatever it was.
Why did you throw out the oil?
That man, I didn't know. He was like, why would you throw, this is not fit. And he got mad at me because I was used to seeing it thrown, but I guess it was fish grease. It was so young, I didn't know the difference. And he was like, go out. And I went out, and it took me forever, but I figured it out. And I snuck on people's, stuff. And I don't know if I asked, but I remember it was about 3 hours till I got it.
Wow. Hey, there's it's worse than Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. Yes.
Yeah.
He threw out. Well, these weren't dating. These were just disasters.
No,
these were just.
I like the girls, but not the oil part. But I did like the girl. It was 3 girls that live across the street. I like one of them, and the fact that he did it, and I had to go over there and ask them for ice, and I saw the sinister grin on her face.
Did she know? Did the other sisters know you liked her?
Well, I didn't like her. I liked the other sister, but she said,
yeah. Did she know? But did they know? Yes,
they knew.
Oh, that made it even funnier.
Because the other girl pushed me in the bushes one time, and they had to break up the fight. The girl I like, we got into it one time, and she pushed me in some bushes, and they had to break it up. I'm just saying. But I wind up getting with her later and kissing her in my room. And then my stepbrother told me to get out.
I'm sorry because I said earlier today, I said skinny guys were strong. However, I stand corrected.
Let me tell you something. Crystal, a real early.
No. I stand corrected because
Crystal sends me a reel early. I think it was Monday of woman and a skinny guy on a roller coaster, and the heavy woman smushes to the side and squishes him up against the end of the roller coaster seat. This is who y'all dealing with. The cat's out the bag. Christal be sending people.
I'm picturing her doing like that, and you flying into the bushes.
No, let me tell you something. She pushed me like deep into the bushes, and I wasn't ready for that. My stepmother coming in there, everybody coming up, like she me up. I was caught off guard. I was kissing her 2 years later. But she did push me.
All right, so tonight, y'all know that a former nerd has been knee deep in my cervix, and Mo was pushed in the bushes by a girl.
It is what it is.
Ew, that looks like when somebody's walking into the bushes. Goodness. Okay, I can't.
Can we get
Christ.
Joshua was in? This is the guy from the first episode. We started out with Joshua the first episode, and we started with him the second. Then we got into James, and then can I say this about Joshua? Because we ended with Joshua, correct?
We did. We did.
This about Joshua. All right, that's funny enough. We ain't got it.
Y'all remember? That's exactly what I was. See, Boogie. That's exactly what I was picturing. That little Rasputia on the playground.
I was about to hit women, so she could push me. It happened.
Oh God! It's just the fact that you went airborne into the bushes that is hilarious to me.
This is a perfect example. And Christal is remixing it. I never went airborne. I was on my feet. I just fell back.
No. You said that she pushed you down in the bushes. You said down.
No, she
okay, so you weren't on your feet. You were not on your feet.
Basically,
no.
Yeah.
No. Don't try to fix it now. I don't believe that you just fell back. You went to your weapon.
No, she pushed me through the bushes. She did.
All right. Okay. By his crush. Yes, that is the big that. All right. Let's get into this game. Are y'all ready? Now, in order for this game to work, y'all have to play too, because obviously this game is supposed to be played by couples. So I need you guys in the comments to answer honestly. Be honest.
Keep it real.
Be on your best. Be on, keep it real. Be on the honor system. Okay? All right. Here we go. Now, let's start small because let's start easy.
How the game works? What's the premise?
All right. This is okay. The premise of the game, you just have to answer the questions. Hold on. Let me read it here. This is called Last Couple Standing. Shout out to the company. It's a Black-owned company. It says, this disclaimer is here. It says, Last Couple Standing is not liable for any arguments, breakups, or divorces. Consuming alcohol with this game may lead to uncomfortable honesty. Brutal honesty.
Like we played it.
It is. So you ask a question and you have to either decide to answer it or do a dare. And there's these questions here. So if you do a dare, you have to pick one of these. And then, they can give you a dare. But the questions are wild. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to start out slow. Whew. Mo, you playing right now?
Yes.
How are you playing this game? We're gonna do a little bit of this tonight, just to let y'all see this game. What is that?
Cigar.
Oh, all right. Who are you using as your significant other? Because that's not fair.
I could use one.
I would want you to use the last one that you brought over the house, because that's the only one I know as of recent.
I could use her.
All right, let's use her. All right, Paisley. All right, here we go. Name a pet peeve of yours that your partner ignores. Name a pet peeve of yours that your partner ignores. Now remember, you're saying this you're saying this answer in a group, in a room full of people. A pet peeve of yours that your partner ignores.
I'm not gonna lie. Who I brought to your thing, she didn't ignore any of those. Other than maybe, I can't even say that. Maybe time.
That's not the same girl, Haitian. Haitian says she plucks her hair by the side of the bed.
Nah. See you all off. This ain't her.
That's not her. That's not her. Okay, Karen Shields says toilet lick. All right, picking up after himself. I'm trying to think of a pet peeve. Okay.
Not being on time. Because you know I got punctuality.
You do. So boss, he's country to a fault. He will, like, if he's outside, he'll just go use the bathroom in the bushes. And I'm like, well, you could just come into the house because the bathroom is right there, but he doesn't. He won't do it. This is my land. I'm just going to use the bathroom. He's just very country.
It's his land of the.
It is. And I'm just, it's unnecessary for you to pee outside.
I get it. You're right. I get it.
Unnecessary. All right. Now we're going to jump into the fire. Last couple standing. Pick your poison. You must choose one, or it's qualified. Would you prefer your partner's next partner have better sex than you or look better than you?
Ooh.
Come on, y'all. Would you prefer your partner's next have better sex than you or look better?
Gee, yes.
You got to answer it. You got to answer it with them right next to you, which sucks.
Ooh. That's tough. I would say look better, because the feel is the feel. Like you can replace the look, but how do you replace the feel?
I'm gonna say sex could be better.
You sure you want to say that?
Hey, I gotta say something.
Okay.
I gotta say something, because chances are, if the sex is better, he may not leave me for her. He just, it's not a competition because everybody else is not gonna know about the sex.
Hey, the nigga can always close his eyes.
But it's not good if people see your ex's next and they be like, man, no wonder he left. I can't have that.
That's tough. What y'all got in the chat? Y'all put y'all situation.
Miss Leo says no, she can't be better than me in bed. And the laugh. Linda B said look better because he ain't gonna find better sex. That's a clever answer, ma'am, but no, that's not fair. It's clever.
Exactly.
That's clever. Karen said, I'm gonna leave him craving. Come on, hey, you there? He's not hitting it in Buckhead or Sandy Springs. That's a tricky one.
It is.
Okay.
It's gonna be dim or off anyway.
Next question. If you and your partner were to get a divorce, does he or she deserve half of your assets? No.
That's a no. That is
okay.
A no.
That was easy. I said look better also. No, see, I may be messing myself up.
Hey.
Oh my gosh. Okay. See, this is why this game is a problem. Because if people are being honest, it's gonna make you uncomfortable. What dishonest thing have you done in the past that if your partner knew, they would look at you a bit differently? That is wild.
Woo! And what is the thing if you don't answer the question? What?
You have to take a dare.
What's the dare?
Oh, we can't do this. This game will get out of control.
See, you gotta play. If we playing, we playing.
Okay. So, okay. Somebody said talked about his family. I like that. Get honest, Delphin. Get honest.
I like that. Okay.
Karen says she has a work husband. Linda B says deleted messages out of his phone. Oh, I love it.
What?
All right, Mo, you're dead. Don't do that. Your dare is you have to reach out to the girl the last girl that pulled the chin and text her a WYD text.
Have to do what? Reach out and do it and tell her what?
Hey, WYD with a smiley face.
You really about to get me cussed out. She'd be like, nigga, you left. What the hell you got to tell me?
Hey, what are you doing?
No. We got another one. That ain't gonna work.
See, I said we can't do that. And this was not even bad for you anyway, because you don't have an actual partner. What dishonest thing have you done in the past? And if your partner knew, they would look at you a bit differently.
They kind of know, and they were mad about that.
What was it?
What did they say? Well, technically, I'm not with nobody. You just said the last woman I was with.
Yeah.
She was like, what? You babysitting her dog? Yes, I did. I did.
I will say, and I don't think Gun Boss is watching, but I would say a dishonest thing I did is I hatched a plan for a friend of mine that had cheated on her boyfriend and got a STD. I hatched a plan for her to blame him for it and get the medicine. I hatched a plan.
You told me that story. That's a while ago,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And I noticed that when I told you and a couple other guys, y'all looked at me like I was an evil person. So I opted not to come in dating that story.
I didn't know you was that calculated, but yes.
Okay.
And
he
this
cheated.
Story, by the way, this is an extremely old story.
Yeah, it's an old story. He cheated, I cheated back, and then left him. I like that. I like it. Not Mo is trying not to affect his chance for ladies in the chat.
Oh. Well, you don't have no reason for that. I mean, anyway, but good.
How long would you want your partner to wait after you died to move on? Now, Mo, you have to answer it like you have a real partner. We know that woman is already gone.
2 years. And you still have to have my picture over the mantle on the fireplace.
Is it going to be one of your cashmere thoughts pictures?
First of all,
I'm just saying, Mo has these pictures where he look into the camera like he's being like with the sexy look, like here, Mo, here it is. That's it.
I don't care what picture it is, but as long as it's a picture of me over the mantle on the fireplace, that has to remain for another 5 years. Yes.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
I would say 5. I would say 2 years is good. I would say 2 years.
That's fair, right?
2 years is fair. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm being honest. Listen to me. And y'all keep record. If something happens to me, Gun Boss is not going to wait. I'm not going to be warm in the grave.
I got faith in my man. He going to give you 2.
Let me tell you something. I know my husband. I would not be warm. My body would still be warm. Y'all look out for me if something happens. If you see him in the streets, y'all tell him, Christal XO, it's not fair. We hold her down.
Don't believe that. My homeboy going to wait at least 2.
He is not.
Possible.
Let me tell y'all something. I would not be warm. My body would still be warm. Don't let that man do that to me. Thank you, Haitian. Don't let him do it because he will.
He going to give you a good. I believe that.
All right, here we go. If your wife's baby daddy needed a kidney to live, could she donate hers?
Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, I'm not that. My husband's
taking it too far.
Nah. Answer's no.
To visit.
Answer's no.
Yeah.
All right, here now we gotta be honest, you guys. Now this is all right, chat. I need y'all to chime in on this one. You have to choose one. Thank you, Druzy. I'm gonna hold y'all to that. My spirit will be holding y'all to that because I'm telling you, this red man is not he's gonna be out of here before the week pass. All right. How long could you stay faithful if your partner received a prison sentence? A, not at all. B, 5 years max. C, the whole time. I'm gonna just be honest. Because the answer that I have would be A point B.
How long is the sentence again?
It seems like it's life sentence.
Oh, man. I mean, what's the point? It's life.
A, not at all. B, 5 years max, or C, the whole time.
Man, I'm done. If it's life, it's done. We can't do it.
Not at all.
Now, if it's life, not at all. No.
But I'm saying, how long though is it going to take you before you're out of there? They don't say what he did, Muwadi. Hey, Jamrock.
A year and a half, maybe less.
Yeah, I would say my answer is between A and B. Like, it's not at all, because I would still be sad and mourning, but it's before 5 years.
Right.
It's before, not at sentencing, Haitian Empress. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
That's
all right. Mo, it's not fair for you to answer this, so I'm not going to answer it because you can't answer it.
All right.
Have you ever snooped in your partner's DMs? If so, why? Oh, and I will answer. I have. It's called check-in. It's called check-in, and let's see what's going on out here. It is. It's yeah, you ain't had no partner, really.
That's true.
If your partner died, would you take care of their kids that are not yours?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
Okay. I would.
Somebody did it for me, so I definitely would.
I like that. Look at you. Look at you.
I would.
Oh, now see, this is where things start happening. And I really can't do this one because we are a Christian show. So this is where things got crazy at the table.
Okay.
Make the sound your partner makes when they have an orgasm.
If I'm not mistaken, this is where your uncle's from. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I will share with the chat. So what had happened was this card was pulled. Make the sound your partner makes when they have an orgasm. And my gay uncle and his partner were there, and they did not opt for the dare. Let's just say that. And moving on.
That sound either. Let's be clear.
What unsettled argument would you want to have again?
Ooh. Oh, great one. Great one.
That is a good one. Not
What?
nobody
Because
like sharing with Michelle.
I am notorious for finding a way to bringing up arguments that weren't settled. Oh man, what one?
I feel like this is a good question.
So when you said you was going to work that day, and
mine may be about the DMs.
Huh?
Mine may be about the DMs.
See, mine will be more about where you was at.
Mine is let's go back and run that back about why you was talking to that person.
Right.
If I have to blank one more time, he is never getting sex from me again.
Huh?
There's nothing that could make me not want to have sex with my husband again.
Hold on.
I'd rather not talk to him again than stop having sex again.
Oh, what? Okay. Okay.
All right, here we go. What is something you've seen your partner do that you wish you could unsee? Am I freezing? Is my computer freezing?
No.
Okay. No, what is something you've seen your partner do that you wish you could unsee?
If I had to base it on the last person, something visual that I
can unsee. A see makes visual.
No, but I'm trying to think. It's nothing. It might have been what I heard or whatever, but it's nothing that I didn't see. I'm really trying to think. What did I see? And I'm like, damn, I wish I didn't see that.
Well, I can tell y'all.
They were pretty good at
back Charlie horses at a very inopportune moment. He's a tall person. You ever seen a tall red person catch back-to-back Charlie horses in an inopportune moment? It bends your body in some different ways that you would not expect it to be in.
Maybe talking shit to me without no makeup on. Hold up. Put your makeup on before you start talking shit to me.
You're being silly. Riz, you said a dirty bra. That's wild.
Hey, I done seen. Hey, I ain't even gonna get into it, but I done seen a couple. Yeah.
See, now these are questions. We're gonna do like two more. We're gonna let it rest. During sex, I don't like when you blank.
I ain't gonna lie. The chick I brought to you at the spot is nothing I can complain about. I'm gonna be out. At a grand old.
Well, good for her.
At a grand time.
Good for her. Good for her. I would just say those Charlie horses.
Okay. One more.
Sunny Rain says, I don't like when you attempt to lecture me. I like that because I don't like that either. I just be ignoring it though.
What is the lecture about? If it okay.
Well, I think she was saying like for the question before, like if he does it again, she's not gonna like that. If your partner cheated and you guys broke up, what gifts would you demand they give back?
Damn.
I know one, and I can't say it because I haven't given it to him yet, but I'm working on buying this gift. And let me tell you something. If something
already saying too much.
I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm just saying if something happens, I'm taking it back. I'm putting it out there.
You saying too much.
I'm taking it back.
No, I'm not an Indian giver. Once I release it, it's gone. I'm not tripping. The money.
You told me I should be an Indian giver with it, and I should take it back if something happened.
Not that.
Yes, you did.
I'm not an Indian giver. But I don't recall saying that.
You did. You said keep it. I won't. I say yeah. We had a conversation about it.
I don't believe in Indian giving. Like once you release it, it's released. Whether it's the next day and stuff. The money is spent, man. Just keep it moving.
Oh, nah. Let me tell you something. The last guy I dated, I took back all the clothes I bought him.
And what do they say about if you buy somebody's shoes, they're gonna walk out your life or some crazy shit like that?
I bought him some shoes. I bought him a jacket. I took all that stuff because I was like, he was just so rude and such an asshole. He's not gonna be walking around being an asshole in the stuff I bought. I'm taking it back. I took all that stuff back, and I gave it to my friends.
I don't believe in Indian giving. Once you release it, it's released, man.
Well, I don't believe men should be that way.
What's the what?
I'm just being honest. I would feel it was petty for a man to do that.
Why is it one way and then different the other way? I'm confused.
Because it's just different. You're a provider. You're supposed to be providing. I'm not a provider. I'm stepping outside of my character to provide.
So he can't have nothing. You look at, if you're buying a gift, you look at a gift. You look.
No, I was tricking. I was tricking though. I was tricking. I was buying like designer clothes. No.
I thought providing was necessities.
Well, I was tricking and I didn't have it.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
I did not have it. So I had to take it back.
Damn, man.
Come on.
Okay.
He was an asshole.
Okay.
I had to take it back. And I mean, you guys think I was wrong? He was an asshole. Such a mean person. And I had gotten him all this really nice stuff that he didn't have any business with that kind of stuff. He wasn't the type of who he was. I tried to upgrade him. He didn't want it. So I took my stuff back and I gave it to my guy friends.
So teddy bears and things of that nature.
Teddy bears.
Now, I have had things where I didn't have a chance to give it to them. And I gave it to actually, I only gave it to my sister.
Well, I gave it to my guy friends. And you would have got some, but you just weren't as big as him.
If I would have found out, I would have threw it in your face.
No, you wouldn't have, because it was nice stuff. It was nice stuff.
Don't do that.
Please, the friend that I gave it to, he knew it was somebody. He knew whose it was. He didn't care.
I wouldn't want to know if it was somebody else's. But
it was brand new. It was brand new when I bought it.
The principle, though, man.
He didn't deserve it, Mo.
Why? If he didn't deserve it, why you give it to him in the first place?
I'm a nice person. I can't help it. I'm a nice person.
You got still
don't hold that against me.
You still got to be you. You don't let nobody change.
No, he was trifling though. He was overly trifling. I wouldn't do that. Like I have other guys. There's another guy that we broke things off. We didn't necessarily like have a bad breakup. Just it wasn't going to work. And we had bought each other stuff for Christmas. I didn't take his stuff back. I was, because he's a nice person. But this person was horrible to me.
Well, I'm glad you don't date thin guys because I would have been mad where it came from.
Really?
Yeah. You don't do that.
If it was really nice though and looked nice on you. Yeah. Yes, the guy, you did remember, the guy did take back my Dooney purses and the stereo in my car. That was so petty.
Gotta be you.
It was me later. That was in college, but this was years later. This was a few years ago. This was a few years ago.
That's tough, man.
Yeah, I took it back, and I don't feel bad about it at all. I stand on it. I would do it again. I stand on it.
Okay.
I stand on it. But if you guys pick up this game, have you ever knowingly? Have you ever knowingly been side piece? Tell your partner about it.
Say that one more.
Have you ever knowingly been a side piece? Tell your partner about it.
Yes, I have. Happily.
No.
Happily.
Happily?
Yeah. Happily.
Why? Why were you happily a side piece?
It was a good position at the time. It didn't demand much of my time. It filled in the gap in between. I actually liked the person. So it was kind of like the best of both worlds at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I have not knowingly been a side piece. Have I put up a side piece? Yes, but as soon as I found out, I left the premises. Now, I see people ask, you guys, please like the chat. We're having a good time in here laughing. If y'all are laughing, like and share. Paisley is asking you guys to please like and share. Like, then share. Open your eyes for the chat. Paisley keep yawning. She's probably hungry. But yeah, like and share. We're gonna be back on Friday. We're back on Friday with the Never Ever Mets. Now, I will tell you guys, oh, she opened her eyes. I will tell you guys, I've seen a little bit of this upcoming Never Ever Mets. This show keeps getting worse and worse. So we may have a little extra time on Friday. Come in your pajamas with your wine on deck. Because this show keeps getting worse and worse. And yes, Taronda's outfits are moving along with the pace of the show. Just saying. Taronda's wardrobe is reflecting the tone, the overall tone of the show. And if things get worse, I will tell you guys this. If things get worse with that situation that we did not want to discuss tonight, I may have to come tomorrow night and share a little bit more. I think that there are more things being revealed.
Oh, it's rolling. It's rolling out.
It's rolling out. It's rolling out. And so look out for commentary tomorrow night if that does happen. I just feel like with this case is so big. And again, Mo, I said this on Monday. We are less than a month away from the beginning of the Diddy trial. I
forgot about that.
Yeah, and remember, he filed for the judge to push it out, and the judge rejected it. So May 5th.
The same lawyer, people keep saying Diddy's case got dismissed. No, Diddy and Sean Combs' case got dismissed. It's
exactly.
Both of them. I just want to be clear with that.
Yeah. And yes, we are still doing Mo's dating show. We'll that's for the summer. The 25 million alabaster cheeks. We'll get into that. Make sure that you're subscribed so you'll get a notification if we do talk about that. Because there were some more text messages, some more audio released. We may have to come back and talk about that tomorrow. Not for the love of aloe.
If you do, you're gonna come on about
it'll probably be around 8 or 9, probably 9 for that show. I told Mo I liked his shirt, and he said it's Stevie Wonder, but I thought it was Donny Hathaway because you don't usually see Stevie at that age. Usually you see Stevie with the braids.
This is the 70s Stevie, by the way. But thank you.
I like that. Karen Shields likes it as well. All right, you guys say goodbye. Next Wednesday, I will bring the little boy. I just want you guys to see him. So you guys, we have watched Sugar Pie be deflowered. And then this is Nature has answered with a puppy, an illegitimate puppy, as our good sis Haitian Empress says. So yeah, I'll bring the little boy on next Wednesday. But you guys check us out Friday at 10 p.m. Come in your pajamas, come with your wine, and we will see you guys then.
Friday, y'all.
All right, you guys have a good one. End the week strong, you guys. End it strong.